We can have that other.
Damn.
No,
Not this a lot.
not it.
Everything I did.
You know, I could do it. We don't even know who the fuck this is, so it's cool.
Shit, you could do the Ciroc. That's I already know got on. Wasn't it? Or did he come through with his white stuff, nigga?
After they asked.
Oh, I mean,
They asked first,
but
did some paperwork.
don't lose sight of the fact that Nori is still Nori.
You feel me?
Right.
I only be doing it for the purpose of just saying for some funny ass reason. We get a million views.
We should.
We should.
Why shouldn't we?
I'm saying, say we do get it. Diddy and Diddy, you know, they look at shit like that. When you get a million views, they be like, shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They see that shit? Oh, why they got that in there? That shit ain't blurred out. Right. Tape on that bitch. They call somebody, you feel me? Next thing you know, they be trying to sue a nigga for this little punk ass YouTube check.
You already know.
Like, give me all that little credentials.
Everybody want theirs.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Then in the end, I'm like, all you gotta do is reach out. They should have never answered me.
Yeah. Let's do that, Will.
You told me to get my views up first.
You feel me? I mean, I guess that's how the game goes.
Yeah, that's how the game go. We get a million views tomorrow. I bet you Diddy can call us and tell us to promote Ciroc.
Yeah, why wouldn't?
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
It was really good.
420, happy 420.
Happy 420, man. Wow. What y'all doing, man? What y'all doing for 420, man? What y'all smoking, man?
I got nothing, man. Got me a little tequila.
I can dig it. I ain't mad at that.
Got my beer. I'm good. Happy 420. Shit, yeah. Gotta give me some.
I'm about to roll up.
Okay.
Some of this Mac Lotto.
Do you?
Mac Lotto.
While we kick the movies,
Is that a form of gelato?
yeah, it's a
Hybrid?
It's a Monster alien. It's definitely a hybrid. It's Monster alien cookie and gelato.
Okay.
Yeah, it's special. What's this? That's a cup on style. Yeah, that was rude. I'm not rude. I didn't mean to do that. So look, there's a lot going on right now.
There's a lot going on, dude. You know, there's always a lot
We
going
about
on.
Yeah.
What's that going on?
But we might as well get to that Chauvin did it.
Chauvin did it.
Man, he did it. Man, how y'all feel about it though?
Well, you know, the storyline it was pushing
What?
to make a divide between us, man.
Okay.
You know?
How would that?
Elaborate on it though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like elaborate on it. If you don't mind.
Tell them why you mad, son.
I ain't mad, son.
No,
Like, he should have. I just think that Maxwell was just like out of control.
Maxine?
Yeah.
Why you call her Maxwell?
Because she is ugly. Oh, dang, my bad. I forgot we was live.
Yeah.
That old lady, boy, she got problems, man. She's like angry all the time. And to try to rile up some people to go burn down your city, I don't feel that, man.
I mean, but that's two different, I guess, for me. Right.
But that's scaring the jury, though, bro.
No, I'm with you there,
Yeah.
right? But that's still two different things, right? Like, she filed, okay? But he did it. I don't care what percentage he played in George Floyd's death. He played a role in that man's death.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So should he get the same consequences with the main player?
Who? Chauvin should get the same consequences.
Chauvin did.
I mean, look, historically speaking, for us in America, bro,
Oh, we would have got the same consequences.
yeah,
Oh,
we gonna get the same consequences.
But why is it like that?
But but look, we happy as a collective with hearing Chauvin is guilty because that's almost unheard of.
we have
That's a, I mean, so what?
I mean, as a collective, I'm not speaking for my individual perspective. I'm saying,
Is that a start or like what is that?
you know what, bro? It kind of feel like it could be a ray of light that is hope, even though it came through seemingly orchestrated manner. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, so like, what's the final? I mean, we know what we're rooting for here, but
What are we rooting for? That's a good question. How about that? We can get back to Chauvin Did It. What are we rooting for? And as it pertains to Chauvin Did It, that's I can answer.
yeah, that's like the real question. Like,
what do you feel like people really want?
Like, what? Yeah.
Is it?
Does it fix anything?
Does that make them feel like this is racial equality?
Does it
They
fix?
make them
Does it
think
fix
it's racial.
anything?
They make them think it's racial.
No, I'm saying, but do it feel like racial equality, man? Because he got pled guilty. Do it feel like, man, finally, like, but do it help the overall? Like, what we get out of that shit?
That's what I'm asking.
Right, I'm with you on that. So I guess I'm turning the question back on you, saying, Donnie, what do we get out of that shit, bro?
Not a goddamn thing.
The goddamn thing. Not a damn thing.
So what's the next step?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What do we do?
So what? So the next big scene
I get
come up.
maybe
There's gonna be another, movement because there's somebody else when you shot and kill.
I get it. Like justice.
That's gonna always happen because it's dubious forces in play in every aspect of existence. You know what I'm saying? So they not gonna waste the opportunity to capitalize off of a crisis ever. So whenever something happens, there's gonna be people there to monopolize off of it and manipulate it to play into their greater favor.
But that's for them to get the money, right? Because if they have riots and stuff like that, the 1%ers get the money, insurance. You know what I'm saying? Moving businesses out.
Oh, bro, it's so much deeper than that.
Oh, it's deeper.
Man, it's a million times deeper than that. Man, look, it's about control.
There we go.
It's definitely.
It's about
That's
taking.
where I was
It's
trying to get
it's
out.
about taking your rights. You see what I'm saying? Like if you look at it, more in depth, like why would people be behind some of these atrocious activities?
Just like, with the lady, the black lady with the BL,
Mhm.
people should be upset
About what, her getting crib?
by her not bring that money back to the hood. It's supposed to be for the
I mean, who
I mean,
community.
who-
And what?
okay.
Like,
who saying
what?
she didn't do it. Well, what have we seen?
Well-
She ain't gave no money to that Taylor girl.
Allow me to play devil's advocate.
Are these agreements that were made?
You know they were.
Look,
They got the 50. They got the 51 million.
allow me,
You know they were. Family got 51 million.
allow me to play devil's advocate. Whoever had to bring anything back to the hood, and who was ever held accountable for not bringing nothing back to the hood, and whoever got something and didn't leave the hood as soon as they felt like they had enough to leave the hood.
And also, to me, why would you be mad at her hustle?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not mad at her hustle, bro.
Niggas con
But
every day.
Yeah,
they ain't sleep
I
out
mean,
here.
you
You see how much money?
It was a lot of things attached
It can't
to
be
them
that
that just make them look sketchy.
It's definitely that many sleep
So-
people. What you mean, man? 85%
They
of
been
the
looking sketchy.
85% of the population on the planet just go with the flow. That's everywhere you go.
And then everybody giving out $2 here, $5 here, $100 here. Shit, $39 million.
But
They
look at a
themselves.
GoFundMe, right? You look at a GoFundMe.
Right.
A GoFundMe is basically a Black Lives Matter. You fighting for a cause. You need a cause. You need help. They needed help. So she hustled it by needing the help. You can make a GoFundMe and say you got cancer. Lying like a motherfucker, but you can say it. People will send you money. You feel me? So you could probably run it up to 100,000 until somebody was like, "Dude, dog really got cancer."
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But
It's
look,
people who want birthdays on there.
Yeah.
Anything you can hustle anybody else.
listen, not to mention,
It's unfortunate.
not to mention,
She made a
people,
movement out of it.
Fuck that
They
fuck.
did anyway.
look, people always looking for something to believe in, man. So
Yeah.
you can create a cause and people will support it.
I mean, it got a catchy name.
Come on, bro. Say the puppies, bro. Say the puppies in the hood.
Name is catchy.
Come on, say the puppies in the hood.
But they got a movement for that. You feel me? They
But
got,
not
they
this
got
one.
PETA, they got a dog movement.
Exactly. No, that's a network. That's a community. That's a universe. They got a universe for it. So you can just jump into that universe. Now you saving puppies in the hood. They like, man, that's so noble. He saving animals in the hood, which is, in fact, it is noble. But you can create a space. So back to this whole Chauvin thing, though. Where do we, as a people, right? As a people, as a country, as a planet, as a world, where we go from here? Like, is this a sign of better is yet to come, or is it just a band-aid?
It's a band-aid.
Well, I agree.
Just to shut you up.
Why you say it's a band-aid?
It's a band-aid.
I'm saying, why you say it?
You ain't gonna get shit else after that.
There's a lot of destruction
Bro, that's how it was before.
in the country behind that. I think it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
So look,
a
so
lot of other
regardless of how you feel about the people that's doing the destruction, do that prove that if you raise enough hell, people gonna listen? You approve that?
Some people do.
I mean,
But if you already don't believe in the system, what is that, bro? What does that one look like? Okay. What's your next trick?
Right.
Like, oh,
That's how it's supposed to be, right?
what's next?
That's
Yeah,
how
it's
it's
like make it make sense.
make it worth my while.
Uh,
But a lot of that shit that be like in movies and shit.
But what have we
like,
seen?
We don't see it.
Since then. We haven't seen that for a month.
Yeah, we haven't seen shit
No.
like that.
What was
My black man murdered on camera. You know, with the end in that. That was.
I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's disheartening because a lot of times these cats be having sketchy past, so it makes it a lot easier to paint the narrative that they horrible people, which they may or may not be. That's not even my position in the matter.
Isn't that really how the media work though?
Yeah, that's exactly how they work.
So,
but I'm saying a lot of times these guys who
to
get
make it interesting.
these cats who get hemmed up, they make it easier to paint that narrative though. You see what I'm saying?
It's people that get paid to do that.
Well,
My man CNN, he just told you that.
what do you say?
She said a whole bunch of stuff. That's all
He said a whole.
Oh, you talking about the Project Veritas investigations on CNN? Yeah, man, but Project Veritas will be going in, man.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I heard that was a shifty little project in itself. I haven't.
I mean, clearly it was shifty, bro. You can.
I
see,
mean, that's really not.
If you watch
I take that kind of shit.
if you watch, I mean, come on, man. You gotta.
You expose it.
Listen,
major news.
Look, I'll say this.
Come on.
In some regards, you gotta fight fire with fire. You see what I'm saying?
That's the only way it works.
In order to completely defeat fire, you gotta use water.
Right.
But in order to bring shit to the surface like they doing, like you can't expose these people and their intents without having to do a little spy work and investigative journalism. And she's sitting there, and he's so callous and nonchalant at the same time. He's like, yeah, you know, oh, that's propaganda, wouldn't you say? Like, yeah, but but then you go to somebody and you like, yo, did you hear this? And they like, yeah.
That's how information was going on back in the day.
Yeah, people don't deal with it.
Go by ear.
But people will still get misled.
By
I
ear.
go back to the classroom project when this person standing behind this person, you gonna tell the secret, and then by the time they get to the end of the line, it's the completely different thing. Same shit people do now. That's what TV do.
TV do that shit hard.
But TV is a programmer. That's why it's called a program. You feel me? You watch it until you're a program.
Yeah. Oh, you know what though? To speak to that though, if people learn etymology, just the concept, conceptually learn etymology, like the definition of what is etymology, and then start relating it to words and getting to the roots of words.
Right.
You know what I mean? People be like, oh wow, that's what I really just said. Huh? Can't say that no more. But people don't want to be responsible either, though, man. Like, who wants to be responsible?
Okay, so if we responsible
Mm-hmm.
and we are these things that we supposed to be,
Right.
would I still have been choking with a knee in my neck on the ground?
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, to this day.
Why is that?
Because it's a power system in place, bro, to make us second and third class citizens. And now opening up the borders and not securing the borders is creating an atmosphere where in 25 years, 40 years, if it's not rectified, it could make our children fourth class citizens, right? Now look at the conundrum that I deal with, right? In my heart of hearts, I don't believe in invisible boundaries. I mean, I think everybody on the planet should be able to move freely. But in my rational self, I know that that's not the way that the world is currently designed.
But why we can't do that? Why we can't be free? Why we can't be free? Why we can't be free to do what we want to do? Why is it? Why is it?
Be free to do what you want to do?
Why? But you can't. You can't do it.
But you can.
You really on change. You really can't do. I can't go out there and do what I want.
Bro, it's gonna.
What do you want to do that you can't do?
But look. On the most fundamental level, you gotta look at it like this. Every aspect of existence got rules that govern it.
And that is needed.
You see what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Every aspect of existence.
It doesn't have to be such a Nazi-like oversee, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
yeah.
of course. But as far as
you definitely need that.
you need rules in place to make things work efficiently and effectively.
That is for sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to think that, oh my God, rules aren't necessary. Yeah, they are necessary, because even if you didn't have government or policing, you still had moral code. You still had to check yourself. You still had neighbors telling you, hey, you can't be in Miss Johnson's yard putting your trash in her can. Gonna have the possums and raccoons in Miss Johnson's yard. And Miss Johnson don't like possums and raccoons. You see what I'm saying? Like, no matter what space you in, you're gonna have to have rules that govern the space. That's just what it's gonna be.
Right. Because even
And
in
that's
space, you will have
that's in
your own
everything,
rules.
bro.
That's like saying
nature.
when you say your house.
That's
Yeah,
everything.
Like when you be like, this my house, or you tell your kids, this my house. As long as you under this roof, you gonna follow these rules. So they being governed by your rules. You feel me? If they break your laws, they either get
consequences.
It's consequences.
It's
You
consequences to
So
breaking
shit.
your rules.
You see what I'm saying?
Right here.
But the rules don't have to be against you. They should just be, like you said, moral code.
Like
What is morally right on some shit that you shouldn't be doing?
right. Period. And
If they let us run wild out here, bro, we done
don't think
would
that,
be the wastelands.
like,
Real
You
survival.
did that shit, boy.
Real survival.
but look, don't think that everybody who was put in a position to have to create rules and put rules in place, don't think that they was perfect or thought they was perfect. A lot of people just did the best they could. Like, shit, it seemed like these rules we need right now. You see what I'm saying?
How we need rules though?
What do you mean? What do you want to do?
What do you mean? What do you want to do?
People, why we gotta have rules?
What do you want to do?
How would you keep?
What do you want to
You
do?
need
Anything.
we need
Anything.
some.
No, I'm saying, if I want anything.
No,
I want to do. Why I gotta have rules to do something?
What
Why I gotta have rules to go rent a boat? Why I gotta have rules to go swimming? Why I just can't go grab me a boat and go swimming?
Okay,
Because
because
you don't own the water you own.
I
and
don't own the water,
yeah,
so I can't go on.
no, 1 second. And it stands to reason that if we don't screen nobody who come get boats and put them on the water, that somebody who has no business being in a boat put it on the water and they can take somebody's life. It's basic.
If you own the island and the surrounding border around the island, then you can do whatever you want to do on your boat, as long as you don't cross the line of what you don't own.
True indeed.
What y'all think? I think that,
It's all about ownership.
That's pretty much. what
Yeah,
it is.
I mean that's
So as long as you on somebody else's property, you're gonna be following somebody else's rules.
period.
Flat out.
Period.
My question.
So I gotta get-
My question. Okay, you said driving the boat. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm just
what
saying,
else you want to do.
anything goes. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go,
Oh, I mean, but you look, you can
if I want to go get some gas, you know, what I'm
you
saying?
can though.
So
I
what you
can.
want? Just like unlimited gas? Or
I want to do what I want here.
But
pull up and fill up.
Motherfuckers, I want to be like the I want to be like the
Because you pay
motherfuckers
taxes.
that's out there fucking don't have to worry about shit.
Like,
You know what I'm
what?
saying?
but What you gotta elaborate,
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta elaborate. Because I mean that's a surface statement, but to give you a surface answer, then you gotta create the space for yourself to where you can live that existence.
So
that's hard.
And just
So that's hard. That's hard to do, right?
What do you
whatever
mean?
want to do.
No,
No.
You gotta understand the rules to the game of life so you can apply them. And then when you apply the rules to the game of life and the different aspects thereof, then you be able to get to a space of mastery, and now you can control the game.
Preach.
Even Daniel's son one day he came Mr. Miyagi.
Preach.
That's a fact.
Mr. Miyagi.
No, but real spill though, man. Like we gotta quit thinking that the power ain't ours, bro.
But there we go again. Like I just hit you with that. You know what I'm saying? But there's people out here that don't have that part of their with. And it's sad.
That means
It's
they
too
don't
many.
want nothing better.
Well,
That's
no,
back to this case.
You ain't got
This is
the
back
will.
to this case.
no. Look,
Go back to the case.
But-
I mean, you don't want nothing.
that speaks to the brainwash, man. Remember we was on the phone the other day, and I told you like if you can recognize that it's trickery and sorcery being acted out to manipulate perspective in this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when you go to this space, you have to assume that the people controlling the narrative in that space are doing the same things in this space that's going on in this space. They're doing the same thing in that space over there too. You see what I'm saying? Like they're playing a game all the way around the board. Even some of the people that you look at and be like, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
They really not good guys. They just playing good cop, bad cop. You just we are able to associate with those people because some of the values and virtues that they stand on and the principles that they speak of, we can relate to. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's still on a broad scale. It's still a whole game being played, bro. All the way across the board, man. Look. Look, real quick, to kick it a buck, man, the whole design is for us to fail. But it's a design that is so elusive that it's an invisible enemy. So you sound like either, not you per se, but us in general, you sound like a moron when we have certain conversations because it's like, bro, that person don't even fucking exist. What are you talking about? But we talking about systems. And when you start talking about systems, you have to look at, well, who benefits the most from all these various systems? If you go into Hollywood, who benefits the most in Hollywood? Europeans benefit the most in Hollywood. If you go into policing, who benefits the most in policing? Europeans benefit and thrive in policing. You go in all of these different, you go to corporate America, and in all of those spaces, the people at the heads of those spaces are not us. And I use that example to show people what systematic racism or systematic oppression looks like. You see what I'm saying? Because people say, well, you can't put a face on it, but we can put a face on it because if you look at the world around you, you've been ostracized from a lot of those spaces. That doesn't say that we don't have the ability to overcome and achieve as individuals or as a collective. But we got a fight ahead of us, man. We got a whole fight. But go ahead, you was about to say something about something, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you good. Ain't no good. We kick it. It's 420, man. Shit.
It is, man. It is.
Yeah, we just talking
Oh,
about
it is 420.
we just talking
It's
this,
420.
talking this shit, man. Shit happened today. Man. I just want to see how people feel about it. Because my feeling on it is just is totally different because
Speak on it, man.
it's just hard to see that people actually stood out there and record. You know, there's people walking up and down the street. You see this man getting killed. You're just recording and shit. You couldn't stop it. You know what I'm saying? You got people yelling. But there goes fear because they probably didn't want to get to it.
I mean,
They was gonna get in trouble. That's why they didn't jump into it.
in real life, if the
But
average,
this is what they want us. This is what they want us to think that happened.
What are you talking about? I missed what you're saying.
yeah,
I'm saying like
backtrack. Go ahead.
I'm not seeing people really. If I was in that situation and I seen that, my reaction is getting that cop off that person. Like the man, you know, I'm making choice to go move this cop. You know what I'm saying? You killing him, man. Get back, you know?
How many of them was it? It was like 3 of them, wasn't it?
No, it was a bunch of people walking up.
Well, I'm talking
the
cops.
court. Oh, it was 2 at first.
Right.
Backup came, 2
When
more
the
came.
story first,
So it was,
you know, when the tragedy first happened,
it was 2 cops.
it was only 2.
It was 2
It was
cops.
an Asian,
What is
an Asian dude.
Is he Asian? That's
Well,
what
Maybe
I'm
he
saying.
is. I don't know.
I mean, the Asian cop was doing crowd control, releasing the videos that I saw.
Nah, me
But-
too. I saw.
But to the point to your point, right? When have you ever seen people respond that way to police? For real. On average.
you have it.
On average.
I've never seen it.
No,
That's what I'm
listen,
saying. That's why I cannot believe it.
on
I cannot
average,
believe it. I'm not saying
On-
it's the propaganda trying to push
on-
us to get
listen,
mad.
on
Oh,
average,
go burn this up and get killed by the white man. Is that what I'm getting understanding, man?
So say
They burned down the whole fucking
Say-
city, bro.
okay, so-
Who burns down their own crib,
Hold
his
on,
own
this my-
neighborhood?
nobody did though. Nobody burned down their own crib. Go ahead, Donnie. We get back.
Say
to that.
I'm just saying,
say
that's-
you respond, right? Say you walking down the street and you respond. You be like, "Hey man, get your motherfucking knee off." Now you making it even more hostile. It's already hostile as it can get, right? But now you making it more hostile because now he gonna draw from the hip. He gonna be like, "Get the fuck back." Why he putting more pressure on my man now? You feel me? Because you done made the situation elevate, even though it's already escalated. But now this is where your fear come in, and you like, I'm not about to get shot. If he killing him with his knee, you feel me? What he gonna do to me? I understand being a hero and shit, but shit.
Listen, man. It's all program. It all fall back on programming, though. You see what I'm saying? We program.
We programmed to this shit, man. This is crazy.
It's not crazy though, man. How you gonna fix a problem if you can't get to the root of the problem? It's not crazy. It's
So why do people can't come together before we get to the root?
that's programming.
So I got to
Listen,
program
bro.
somebody to get to
Listen,
the root.
bro.
Come on,
Listen.
program you. Let's go
Look,
to
last
the root.
time. Listen. Oh, but wait. Last time we chopped it up, right?
Right.
Look, but last time we chopped it up, the Willie Lynch theory came up, right?
Niggas been programmed.
But listen, in the Willie Lynch theory, in part tells you to turn old against young, turn light against dark, turn male against female, and so forth and so on. So that's an aspect of the program, right? If you go back further in time, you got manual and manumission, and that was put in place. So say if we on a plantation, right, and you get out of line and do some foul shit, and I tell, and then I might get a candy bar or I might get some extra favors just for turning on you. You see what I'm saying? See, but it's all programming, bro. You gotta understand, man. Like after so many generations of things taking place, it becomes cultural, but not only cultural, it becomes part of the DNA of those bred in that culture. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's all programming, bro. And everybody don't break the program. And then some of us who think we didn't broke the program really haven't broke the program. And if you fall back and reflect on self and do some introspective thoughts, you're like, bro, I'm caught in the program too. They just trapped me in a different web. It's a huge web. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true.
It's an unlimited amount of stuff to choose from, bro. Amount of ideas to gravitate towards, bro. Like you can get completely lost in this matrix, man.
It's keys to overcome the things you think might be holding you back. You know what I'm saying? It's like
That's absolute.
It's definitely a game for sure. I would say that as opposed to superior boop on the neck or the back. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody hold you down, like brother.
I mean,
the rules on how to play this motherfucker is out there.
Look, and that's but to the point, bro. When you know the rules, then you able to apply them to how you moving,
right?
And it puts you in a position to win the game that you playing, bro. Like any space you in, they gonna have rules, man.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like
it's not a bad thing. Like it's up to you to choose.
When they start taking away freedoms, I think that's when it's a problem.
Listen, how about this?
Somebody can take it.
How about this?
You got to know how to play the game.
Look at it like this. You keep asking about why they tearing up cities and stuff. Right. in Portland, they created a space with no rules.
Right. They did.
But you saying why we got rules. So we don't have spaces that reflect what's going on in that part of Portland. That's not nowhere that nobody want to raise their family. Let's be realistic.
I mean,
Like, my instinct tells me that that's not how I want to raise my family.
Right.
That's not to say that I want any aspect of us to be controlled, but we need to be reasonable and we need to be realistic. And being realistic, bro, we need rules. Now, if I'm not opposed to creating new systems to govern things, I'm not opposed to that. But right now, the systems we got are the systems we got. Either we gonna overthrow the systems and already have new systems ready to put in place,
right, because that's gonna be needed.
or we gonna work with what we got. And working with what you got, that means you gotta know the rules.
Right, definitely.
So if we're gonna take all the rules, we gotta have something else to put in place. Do we got something else to put in place?
Nope.
All right then.
We should.
What you mean we should?
But that's what they say.
How many people in the U.S.?
No, but let me ask you this. Did you create something to put in place? Did I create something to put in place? Did he create something to put in place?
What y'all think?
I actually have created stuff to put in place. But access and exposure is something else. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you having certain conversations, people really ain't trying to hear that.
They're not trying to hear a lot of things.
That's agreeable, man.
But I just don't I don't understand too. Like, how can you believe if I'm your brother, right?
Right.
And I tell you this car is red. You know what I'm saying? But the news tell you it's green.
Right.
How can you believe I'm your brother? I'm telling you the right color of this car. It's red. But news, the media, telling you it's green. Why would you believe them before you believe me?
Say that again.
I'm saying, like, why do people
So, but you talking about personal perspective.
personal perspective? Why you say that?
Because you rock with this person, so it's like, hey, bro, why you not feeling what I'm saying as opposed to what they saying on TV? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Wait, hold, champ, I guess. They TV.
I mean, look,
brother, you right here, like.
So with that, hold on, but with that said, what you just said. So this Adam, with that said,
Like, where you coming from?
with this Adam Toledo, man, what you coming from? What you just said.
You don't
Do
read
you believe that actually happened? Like,
who is this?
The Adam Taylor, the 13-year-old.
Adam Toledo, the 13.
Toledo. Thank you.
Oh, okay. What you mean? Do I believe it really?
That's what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? What we would be talking about. But that's a situation right there that falls in that place.
I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
It falls in that place.
Like, bring it all together for me.
What I'm saying, like, okay, you got Adam Toledo.
Adam Toledo.
Sorry. 13-year-old boy. Walk through the alley.
Young man.
Shooting in the air. Then chase out the police.
I mean, whatever, shooting at whatever. Right?
But to me, it sounded like a narrative, like another device.
But they got the video of them actually blowing shots in the air or wherever.
They got the sound. They got the video with the sound.
When no flash.
Blah, 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 blah. But you know, the police got them towers now. If you hit the gunshot,
I mean,
they in that neighborhood, right?
I mean, but to the ideal of a narrative, life is a narrative. Everything is going to be a narrative. There's going to be a narrative behind everything. Now, I guess you're speaking to, is there an agenda behind the narrative?
That's probably the word.
You see what I'm saying? Is there an agenda behind the narrative? You see what I'm saying? And then when you say, I don't believe it happened, like, then you start talking into the space of psychological operations.
So I mean, what you think? What you trying to say?
Because people, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I wasn't there. I know that really happened, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I didn't go. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right. You know, how do I know that story is true? You know what I'm saying? Because it's on TV and they in the courtroom and shit like that.
How do you know the exact words?
Why should I get upset? Why should I get upset to go riot and protest?
Look,
Look,
as a young man,
I mean,
20-year-old, you saw pistols.
You say it a lot though. I want
the
you to remember
cops.
everything you said.
I did.
But look, okay.
But how do you know
On the
this
contrary, how do you know it wasn't?
I'm just saying I wasn't there. I can't tell you. So I can't tell you if it's true or not. That's what I'm saying.
Does it seem true to you? Does your reason?
I never been in a situation like them two people.
What you mean? Okay, I guess I can follow that.
I never was running from the police with a gun in my hand.
I wasn't
You know what I'm
either,
saying?
but
I wasn't.
I've seen it. For
I
sure.
wasn't like I had cops, you know what I'm saying, be rough with me, but not rough like getting beat like that man did. You know what I'm saying? Hit with the billy club on the side, sit down somewhere.
Right.
But put it in the throat for him. You know, I think it's pushing the divide for us, man. To make this shit bad.
It's been bad.
What do you mean? They're trying
Hold
to start like a race war or something?
Yeah.
That's what you think?
We're against Asians right now.
This is
never had beef with an Asian, never.
But this what you gotta understand.
Ever.
Look,
Man, no beef with no Asian.
but look, you saying a lot, right?
Man, I'm saying a lot, but it's
Wait,
coming back
but
circle.
wait.
Coming back circle, y'all.
Listen. It's never been good in terms of race relations. This country was built on racism. Most of the systems in place were put in place and designed to work against black men, women, and children in America. All the way down to vaccines. All the way down to Planned Parenthood.
Kill my baby.
You see what I'm saying? Like all of these systems was put in place to work against us. So to say it's bad, it's been bad.
And it's bad for your body, young ladies. It's bad for your body.
We're not just talking about abortion.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about the condition that we in.
Yeah, I hear
the
that.
condition that we in as a whole, long been bad, man. Look where we at. But it's all stacked against us. Like it's designed to work against us. That again.
Not all of us.
What do you mean?
Not all of us.
It is designed to work against all of us.
Man, you gotta play chess, not checkers. Only checkers play. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I play chess. And in order to win,
you gotta be 3 heads loose. Right? Ain't that right, y'all? Tell me something.
3 moves ahead.
Yeah, they say you gotta be three moves ahead of your opponent.
But in order to play the game, you gotta know what? The rules.
Always some more rules.
You always got
some motherfucking rules.
You always gotta know the rules, and you always gotta know the context of the games being played.
See, it's rules and everything, y'all.
Know your opponent.
Absolutely know your opponent.
That's how Floyd Mayweather has no knockouts. That's how he's never been knocked out, because he knew his opponent. And he only fought niggas that he knew he could beat.
He ain't fight no big names. Yeah, he fought some big names.
The nigga he knew he can beat. That's like
Pacquiao was a big name.
Yeah, by the time, look when he got him.
I mean,
And he still beat him.
Twice.
But look, you feel me? But so I'm not gonna agree. He disagreed for a long time. When Pacquiao was in his
they
prime,
should have fought at least 2 years earlier.
you feel me? When Pacquiao was in his prime, that nigga was like, don't fight. When he seen Pacquiao start getting dropped a couple times, he was like, I'm ready for it. Bring that ass over here, boy.
Oddly enough, though, I feel like it kind of ruined Pacquiao's career with that Pacquiao Bradley one. And that Pacquiao Bradley one, Pacquiao whooped Bradley in that fight, man. Bradley had some nice moments in that fight, but Pacquiao never got the knockout. And I felt like because he was Pacquiao,
Right.
the judges expected the knockout.
Since
He didn't get it. Bradley fought a decent fight, and they gave it to Bradley.
And after that, Floyd was like, I can whoop that boy.
I whoop that boy.
And they both had about 4.
But that's smart though.
They both had about 2 years worth of fights, 3 years worth of fights in between.
And I only make that comment because that goes to what you usually say. Like most people don't want to fight a fight that they can't win, or that they don't know how to win.
How to win, yeah.
And even if they win and learn how to win it, it's still a fear in it. So you can know something and still be afraid. That's like I can know how to fight. I can be a prize fighter, and then here comes this big motherfucker, and I'll be like, I know everything to beat him, but I'm intimidated by the bigness. You feel me? He could be a big soft motherfucker, and I got all the prize skills. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I might freeze up because I got intimidated from him being a bigger size than me. So when the government is a bigger size from people be like, I'm not about to. Even if they agree with you and be like, yeah, that's right. I believe you, honey. But then when you be like, yeah, but do you want to help me fill out this paperwork and push forward? They be like,
no.
I'm not playing with y'all. Like,
You say help you, like help you? You mean help you? Like
I'm rooting for you.
I'm inspired by you, and I believe in
I'm
you.
not about to rock with that shit.
Nah, man, ain't nobody trying to put no work, man. I guess my point is this, bro. Like, in order to affect change or see change, in order to see change, you have to affect change. Like, you have to be the one to create the change. Like, you see something out of place not working right, then go create something to make it work right.
True.
Don't complain about it. And that goes for all of us, because we all got shit we complain about, man. We got a lot of issues around this motherfucker that we feel like it's shit to complain about.
Facts.
You know? But make change. Like, dig deeper into your creative self. Like, how can I change the mind state or the relationship between law enforcement and people who look like me? But
It's fucking snowing outside. I wanted to say that shit.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind,
Love, 420.
that's real.
and I'm thinking, April showers make flowers. Nobody never said shit about no snow.
Man.
And that might be my conspiracy theory, though. I do think they fuck with the weather, you feel me? Because that shit's amazing.
Man, shit.
Don't they got a
And it's a
machine
whole
called, what is it? They got
It's a whole
machine.
fucking
The heart machine.
Yeah.
Hey, real,
bro, it's a whole blizzard
Yeah,
outside.
they got DARPA programs. They got the heart machine. They got some other machine, bro. Like they can manipulate.
It's real videos of them
Oh,
making
look.
clouds and all types
Oh,
of
man.
shit.
They do it at ski resorts, bro.
It's a whole
When they don't have snow at ski resorts, what do? They make snow at ski resorts, bro. So if they can do it on a small scale, somebody can create the technology to do it on a larger scale. And somebody can create better technology to where they can do it remotely and be way over there and you way over here, and they playing with your weather.
It's not hard to do.
And
with all these satellites we got out
and
there, right?
isn't it ironic, since this COVID been going on, times that it definitely shouldn't be snowing, it be snowing?
Get you sick.
Come on.
Yeah.
Weather change, what happens? You get sick.
Yeah,
Science, you know, when the grass cut and stuff. They don't even cut the grass because they said people gonna get sick. That's what happens every year, y'all. You gotta build your immunity. Make it strong.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta go take no shot. Shit.
But, to each his own, though, man.
That's really how it works.
That's crazy.
That's what we got to remember, though, because I like people that move as an individual.
Like, check this out, though.
In this type of time,
We
you know what I'm saying?
and we can't be like
followers out here.
We can't be
Talk
like-
about Instagram.
we can't be like I believe in freedom, and then somebody make a choice that we don't agree with, and be like,
I believe too.
I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like how do I believe in freedom, nigga, if I'm shunning you because you was free to make a choice? You understand what I'm saying?
Gotta even exchange.
Like we gotta be,
for your words to even
Yeah,
God, it's really gotta be that.
we gotta be sincerely and genuinely balanced, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Y'all know where the legend of 420 come from?
I don't.
Enlighten
I
us.
just rock with that
So
shit.
look, I sent you an article to your phone, right?
Indians,
If you can pull up the text message I sent you earlier, bro.
that's a good question.
It's no man, like so I guess the theory is that a group of high school kids, like 5 high school kids.
Where did you get this knowledge? I mean,
The internet. Where do you get information
I
from?
mean, like,
where do you get this kind of
is
information
this a credible
from?
source?
I mean,
Like, what is?
I
Like,
try
how
not.
real is this?
I try not to go to Wikipedia.
I'm just saying.
I try not to go to Wikipedia.
Okay.
But no, pull up the shit, man. Look, real shit. I sent you some legit shit. That's how you know you don't even be looking at the shit I sent you, man. I sent you
I fucking talk to you every day. You know this shit. Talk to you on the phone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you about everything.
Bro, when you talk about normal shit, the next thing you know, we talk about
Yeah,
politics
yeah.
and shit. It's like, bro,
Love it.
yeah.
Be on that way forever.
So anyway, you was pulling something up.
I wasn't though.
Yeah, text messages, Chief.
Someone like this, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to even put text messages up, but anyway,
Bro,
I guess
I got what's it?
man, it's all
YouTube.
no,
What is this
Articles.
about? Just articles.
it's articles.
Got too much stuff in here.
The most recent shit though. I go all the way to the bottom because the most recent shit.
Most recent shit.
Cannabis consciousness. What was that? Let's look at that.
We got the leafy sativa indica hybrid differences between cannabis types.
Yeah.
We have the biomedcentral.com. I don't know which one is which.
Man, pull up
So
something.
man, how
Man.
you doing? You straight?
Pull up something.
I'm just looking at the
Just
screen.
staring in the camera?
I'm just listening. Looking at y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at y'all.
How they like
Right.
we straight with the view? Everything
No, we
straight?
Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we good, man.
So look,
I'm
indica.
fooling with the people. Shit. I don't want to get them not 10.
They
Keep
good.
on, stay good.
If they here, they good. Look. So you say,
Today, Pro 20 anyway, they just
Anyway.
chilling with us.
so look, indica or sativa though, right?
Right? Just talking.
But no, the legend has it though that it was from high school kids, and they had pretty much was supposed to be getting high at 420 after school. That was their time.
Every day.
I don't know if it was every day or whatever, but apparently it was probably a lot because like this was their time of day to get high, so it probably was some everyday shit,
Right.
which may have transcended into 420, but then that transcended into 420 on 420. Nigga. Keep the memory alive.
Right. That's the amazing part of it. That it's 421.
Yeah, and it's a legit recognized holiday though.
That's crazy.
Right. It is.
It is like it's a
But nowadays, everything is. They got National Brothers Day, National Sister
Yeah,
Day, National Black Day.
Yeah.
But you could pull up any one of them articles. You forgot.
I didn't forget. You asked me for
You can pull it up, man. Look, I mean, we was just doing some folks with me marijuana, and some, you know. Let's learn something new about weed, man.
What you want to look at?
Shit.
Bro?
I gotta hear this one because
Let me say.
what else you want to do to the shit?
What you mean? That ain't crazy.
Shit, you want to look more beautiful? Man? If it smoke good, smoke good. Yeah,
There's so many strands, though.
that's crazy.
It is though, but
It went from being not that much to like, it's so many strands.
But how did you get all them seeds to be different strands like that? Bro, it was just at the beginning.
I literally think somebody just grow some weed and name that shit. I think they just be standing there and be like, shit, I'm gonna call this shit this. I'm gonna call this shit
And I
this.
think they be going with the right fertilizer, all that shit.
I mean, they could be doing all of that, but at the end of the day,
Same.
where the fuck do you get the name from? You're not telling me these names is ancient. These motherfucking weed names
yeah,
been
we
here for
passed
years.
that though. I think we about past that.
Yeah,
That's falling for it up. I had that Keisha.
But
Make
like,
a song on that
like
shit.
hybrid weed ain't new though.
Make a song.
It's more new on our part.
I'm not saying the
You know what I'm
hybrid
saying?
part of it. I'm saying the naming of it.
I mean, that's what you got to do every time you mix something different with something else.
So you just name it and name it and
That's
name
what
it.
you got to do.
So
Yeah,
niggas
yeah.
is really
I'm
just
saying the
crossbreeding
process
everything
is
now.
really over here heavy.
The hybrid
Size,
game
like
is the
California,
game, you know, for monetary purposes.
the West Coast
You
area.
know what I mean?
To just keep a
Come
hybrid.
on, man.
Yeah,
The hybrid.
hybrid.
Yeah, and you cross-generating,
Crossbreed.
breeding plants.
They playing with dinosaurs. This Jurassic
Man,
Park,
come
man.
on, man. What y'all doing, man?
This the weed Jurassic Park.
Come on, man.
That's what they was doing in
Right.
Jurassic Park. It was
Right.
artificially inseminating dinosaurs
It was
to make
a-
other dinosaurs that would have never been possible.
It was a time when they had
Can't
gas.
show you what
Right,
they
I
about
remember
to
that. I
unleash.
remember
They about to
that.
unleash that in about 2 months.
Hydro,
You feel me?
Somebody gonna be talking about
a little tie.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, it's
What?
it's everything.
That shit invisible, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the name of the
After we got Diesel and Green Crack, game went crazy.
Invisible OG, Invisible Perk.
Game went crazy after Granddaddy Perk, Diesel,
Yeah.
and Granddaddy Perk, that New York Diesel, and that Green Crack. Man, the game went crazy. Then we started getting Blue Dream, and man, come on, man.
Dream.
AK-40, AK-47.
Yeah.
Then I forgot about Northern Lights because we had that. Like, man, the game was losing it. Well,
On the app that you grow weed, Northern Lights like some Regos.
Yeah, it's that
That OG was a long time too, man.
but that's
That's like cookie. Now you can anything is cookie.
people ain't smoking the real OG. More people
I was
ain't
like
smoking
the
the
weed
real
of the
cookie.
summer for about 2 summers straight.
Cookie.
And then everybody was caking that second half of that
And
second
then why do everybody
Cake,
say they got their
cake.
weed from Cali? Like is Cali just a stamp that because you say, well, I got that from Cali, I'm gonna be like, oh, this shit gonna blow my wig off.
Now look,
It used to be
you know what's crazy?
too much
Why
volume.
you can't say you got some shit from Arizona?
Because it's probably gonna be brown.
But
But
it's
why?
still good.
No, huh?
Why?
Because of the climate in Arizona.
Man,
But see, but that
wait, they getting bills from Mexico.
that
From
was
Mexico.
Look, that was
The
that
bills
was
is coming
just-
in
I mean,
from
crops come
Mexico.
from Arizona. You ain't
Yeah.
got shit out there.
You said they coming in.
That should be different when it come in from there, though. You feel me? But I don't know none of this shit I'm talking about.
A tweet told a tweet that when them bitches come in from Mexico, them bitches look like regular bills. You feel me?
Listen,
It might be a little dry.
I say all of this.
But it's still
Look,
some strong
I say all of this to say that.
By the time
To
you
say
say
this, I say all that to say this.
try it all the way.
If it really come from there, you will know. We'll know.
From
What's
where?
gonna have a
Any
Mexico
from
stamp on
any,
it?
from anywhere.
I'm like, if the tree
You know,
really
if it
came
get
from there,
Yeah.
you will know.
You know?
If it came from Mexico, if you know, you
I don't know,
will
because I had some
If it
Cali weed
came
that was some
from Cali,
garbage.
If it came from
It
Cali,
ain't all good though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's like weed anywhere though.
I've been in Cali.
Like we got fired and we got some.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been in
and we
Cali
got
and was
some,
like, damn, we got better
relatively
weed in the
good.
city than this bullshit.
but we not at
Or
all.
not been
you know?
impressed, or I just wasn't impressed. Like, all right, so when somebody hypes something up, right, and somebody be like, man, this is that fire, or nigga, they got that, or this, that Cali, right?
Good.
When you actually have it, right?
Oh, my bad. You're a Christian.
When you,
Fuck
forgot.
Right.
Happy 420,
And I
man.
forgot what I was talking about.
That's that 420 action. Look, man. What we ain't talking about is going on, though, man. Anyway, real quick on some cannabis, though. While cannabis has a long history of spiritual use, its normalization in Western societies during the last decades has led to more recreational use. The study aimed to explore the characteristics of spiritual cannabis use as compared to recreational use and to the psychedelics such as LSD and psilocybin.
Oh, we doing drugs.
The
Right.
D, I didn't even know I was
Right.
doing that.
No, nigga, listen. The study employed a mixed method research design that involved both. Man, fuck all that, bro. What happened?
No, I ain't never hit no D that
No, look.
fucking
The
hallucination.
results. Respondents differentiated clearly between the use of psychedelics and cannabis. Their use of psychedelic drugs they chose for the survey was restricted to a median of 1 to 2 usages per year. The marijuana was 51 to 100 times per year, and the weed was good. It's like
The weed was
bad.
good.
The weed was good.
End of article.
Yeah, Brittany, we just talking,
So
Brittany.
how y'all feel?
Check this out.
Talk about the cakes and everything.
I got an idea.
Always.
I got an idea.
What else?
So why don't we come together like once a month, right? Everybody come together once a month.
Right.
Give or take, we live 5 years from now, right? 10 years from now. If we did that with $100 a month, or whatever we can spare, $20, $25, $30, whatever it is, right?
Whatever it is.
So one day we can purchase some land, right?
Mm.
Because this is like my ultimate dream. I just want to purchase the land, you know, we can own the land. On the land, we can like, you know, build crops and all this shit, right? So now, for like our kids, they can eliminate the grocery store because we can grow our own crops.
All right, man, that's it. That's the whole
Because
thing.
look, all right, so you know that place, Blake Cider Mill? So Blake Cider Mill, they got like fucking 8, 9 fucking locations in different states and cities and shit, right? Now when you go there, and I Googled Blake Cider Mill and like did the research on them, right? So Blake Cider Mill own land in different fucking states, right? They own the land, they own everything that has to do with the land. So only reason they pay a bank is because they got a liquor license. You feel me? And like they sell food and shit like that. So this is why they gotta pay taxes on that shit. So when people be like, well, they gotta pay taxes on their land. They don't. They gotta pay taxes on the shit that they doing on their land. You feel me? Like hate rides and goofy shit like this. But look at what they doing and look at how they profitizing with a piece of land. They opening that bitch for attraction, for tourism. You feel me? Pumpkin patches. They letting people come on and pick your onions.
Pay for the land and it's all pros.
It's
all pros.
Look,
You know
what I'm gonna keep on saying.
We can talk
We
about
gotta get that.
for
We
about
gotta get that unincorporated land, bro, and create our own towns and communities, fam.
Right.
That's what we need to be working.
I'm saying even if I can't do a community though, I'm just saying if I could just do it because listen, our communities get out of hand. I don't want my
I mean,
shit to get out of hand.
it don't gotta be nothing extravagant and large. I mean,
Even petty communities get out of hand.
You feel me? Human nature.
Two block radius communities get out of hand.
one block.
I grew up with you and now we grown and we beefing because our kids just got into the same scrap. We play basketball. I'm out here with the pistol, like
I'm not.
you put your hand on my son.
For real, no. Yeah, but we not dealing with them type of people. In that space. No disrespect to anybody who may have responded that way at any time in their life, but we just not dealing with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In building our own.
It's actually an escape from
exactly.
Right.
We getting away from that and we creating a self-sustaining environment where we can localize our resources so we get money off of our resources. Where if we growing corn, we grow enough corn to feed us and to sell corn.
Why is
so we
that?
can eat off of
Why can't I be in a neighborhood, right? And I can pay everybody on that block rent, right? All their bills, right? Make their Christmas good, and somebody's still dislike me.
And still dislike.
human nature.
Like that nigga don't pay my cell phone bill. Fuck that, I pay your rent.
That's
It's really self-hate. It's really self-hate what they dealing with. They seeing you do stuff that they feel like they not able to do, and it make them angry with themselves, and they project it on you because you the one actually doing it. So by default, you piss me off because you doing what I feel like I can't do.
But now you ruined your community. And the reason why you ruined your community is because your self-hate, right? You probably convinced somebody else to have that same self-hate, right? Now it's a few of y'all who got that self-hate, right? And now y'all keep doing shit to me, and now I don't give to nobody anymore. So now you just ruined it. Go back to being a child. And they be like, you gonna ruin it for everybody. You feel me? So now you just ruined it for everybody because you don't like yourself. So in the end, that's what like our nation, black people, do to each other. You feel me? You ruin it for everybody else.
Look, they do, right? But taking your ball and going home is not the for real answer. The answer might be a little more harsh than that. Like you gotta eliminate those
you just
people,
quiet that
or at least